Drop that beat in. Ha! Yeah. Give it to me. Give it to me. Ah, look out! It's the funkadelic funk for chumps who don't be knowing my name. I tear the frame out your punks. I make it.
Question number 5. Suggestions after a relapse of self-harm. Okay, well, I'm still kind of going through that journey myself, even though it's been like nearly 2 years. I think for me, I kind of learnt that, okay, I need to talk to people, I need to get help, I need to get back on the medication, I need to seek therapy, I need to be around people that are supporting me. That's just how it was. It wasn't like before where I felt like I was in it on my own and that I was just going to be a useless wreck the whole time. No, you've got to, don't think of it as a failure, okay? I know it does feel that way, but it really isn't. Relapses can happen to anyone, okay? There are plenty of mental health disorders that you can have that the symptoms wear off a little bit and then just come back, okay? The circumstances of your life you can't always control. That's exactly what happened to me. You know, I had it wasn't a nasty breakup, but it was a breakup, and I felt like shit, basically. And I didn't see it coming. I didn't think I was going to be self-harming again, suffering depression again, and all this, that, and the other. But it happens, you know. But that doesn't mean I'm weak, doesn't mean I'm a failure. You just kind of learn to adapt, you know. As long as you are getting all the help, you are talking to people, that's the best you can do. And then you just learn to cope with it a little bit better each day. Okay, question number 6. What is your least favourite disorder or symptom? It's a good question. I think I've had depression on and off for so long that I've just kind of learnt to deal with it. I hate the fact that sometimes I feel so low that I just can't even do anything. I just lay there and think, oh shit, I'm wasting my life. And I hate wasting my time because I know life is short. I absolutely hate it. As well, anxiety, anger. That's the one that I struggle the most with. So with EUPD, you know, you kind of got like a short fuse a lot of the time. I get into an angry state sometimes too easily, and I really struggle to control it. That happens at work too often. I just go off on one, just bang, explode, and I'll say stuff and just get frustrated. And I just don't know what I'm doing with myself. Just to diffuse, it takes a while. It really does take a long time. Being around people that I can talk to, that is the best way for it, I think. So yeah, I think being angry, like having a short fuse, is probably my least favourite thing about my mental health problems. 7. How long did it take you to find a medication that works? Good question again. I didn't get on medication till I was about 16, I think it was. When I was in 6th form. Or was it 17? I can't remember. I started taking antidepressants. I increased the dosage twice, didn't do much for me. And so after about 6 months, I think it was, I went on quetiapine. Is it 50 milligrams twice a day? I think it took nearly a year, I'd say. But even now, like recently, I've had my antidepressants increased. I didn't take them for a couple of years between my teenage years and my relapse. But even now, I'm asking for my quetiapine to be increased. So yeah, I'd say a year till I found a steady dosage, I think. And then after a while, when things really started bad happening to me, I had to just throw in the towel and just say, look, I need my antidepressants increased. So to answer your question, a year to find a steady amount, but when some shit really did happen, I just had to say, look, can you just increase the dosage? And that seems to be doing okay for now, okay? Just think like, you know, you've been taking the same dosage for a long time, and then when some really heavy stuff comes your way, it's hard to deal with. And if that's ongoing for a few weeks, you've just got to get it increased or get it changed. You know, your body kind of comes used to it. Number 8, how do you explain to your teachers and employers about your depression and anxiety without making it sound lazy? Okay, teachers, I couldn't quite tell you, to be honest, because I don't think I ever opened up to my teachers about it. I think one of my 6th form tutors come up to me and asked me how I'm doing, and I just told them I was okay, you know. I should have told them how it was. It wasn't until I had like a kind of suicidal incident. Did they understand? But then I kind of quit it at that point anyway, so it didn't really matter. Employers, if it was me and they just didn't understand it, I would go on the internet, look at, you know, we're here in the UK, the National Health Service, I'd go onto their website, get some information packs about the symptoms, whether it's a leaflet or they have all that information online, print it off, sit down, ask for a formal meeting or an informal meeting if you're on in a good relationship with your employers. Sit down, have a meeting and just say, look, I'm really struggling with this. There's some information on it. I just really want you guys to understand it. I like my job. I want to be able to do my job, but I need support from you guys. And they have a legal obligation for your well-being in the workplace, including your mental health, not just your physical health. They may have to do a risk assessment with you. They may have to get occupational therapy to come and assess you, but they have a legal obligation to be able to look after you, and that includes understanding your mental well-being. I'm in a real fortunate place where my employers, they didn't really understand it at first, but they have learnt to understand it, and they are patient with me, and they are really supportive of me, and I'm very lucky to have some amazing bosses, some employers that do that for me. They kind of cater my job around my illness, so I'm not overloaded too much, although sometimes I ask for extra shifts and it backfires on me. But yeah, just ask for a formal meeting. Just say, sit down, I want to talk to you guys, bring some information packs, put all your cards out on the table, give them an opportunity to ask you questions, you can ask them questions. But yeah, they have a legal obligation to do that. And if they don't, speak to HR in the company, and they should know the laws inside out, and they should be able to support you. They should be talking and communicating with your employers about it, and they will tell them, you've got to do this. If not, you can potentially sue them. Okay, number 9. If you had new scars, how would you introduce them, you know, by wearing short sleeves and that? Okay, so basically what you're saying is you want to reveal them because the weather's hot, you want to wear short sleeves or shorts or whatever, and you're worried about your scars or cuts being on show. How would you go about doing that? The times that that's happened with me, I've approached my family, my parents or whatever, and even my friends sometimes. I said, look, I've got these scars or cuts on me. Okay, this was from such and such the other day because of this happened. I didn't feel like talking about it then, but I want to have my arms out or legs out or whatever because the weather is really hot. I don't want to talk about it now, but I will talk to you about it when I'm ready. That's how I've approached it, okay? Because they're going to be a little bit frustrated or upset that you didn't talk to them about it at the time. But you know, you and I both know that's not easy. But just tell them, look, I will talk to you about it when I'm ready. Please don't have a go at me. I just want you to just, you know, empathise with me. Just please be understanding. Please be as calm as you can. And we'll talk about it tonight or something, okay? They want to talk about it. As soon as they see it, they're going to want to know why, what caused it. Just tell them, look, I'm not ready to talk about it now, but I will be at this time, okay? And that kind of gives them hope that you're ready to communicate. Make sure you stick to it, obviously. And number 10, do negative self-harm and self-hate thoughts ever go away? If so, how? Okay, it's a really broad question. That entirely depends on your diagnosis or disorders or whatever. I mean, if I really break it down to a psychological level, it's impossible not to have a negative thought. So in that sense, no, they never do go away. But that's because we're all human. The whole world is made up of negative and positive energy. It's impossible to avoid it all the time. But when it comes to thoughts, honestly, the best advice I ever got given about getting rid of a negative thought was to simply choose to think of a positive thought to replace it. Positive thoughts are more powerful than negative thoughts because thoughts are essentially vibrating energy. So I used to find this a lot easier when before my relapse. if a negative thought ever came away, I would think the opposite, or I'd think of something really positive, like something that a really good memory that has happened, or something that I can look forward to, and that would kind of push it to one side. And sometimes you've got to repeat that thought over and over and over again in your consciousness until it kind of dissolves the negative thought. But at the same time, you know, anyone's got the capacity for a relapse. So I thought, well, I was really positive for like 7 years, and then now I kind of live in this kind of up and down situation where I'm struggling, and then another minute I'm doing okay. And sometimes it is really hard to get rid of the thoughts. You know, sometimes my emotions are kind of dragging negativity into me, but sometimes I'm having a real good time. I'm around good people, and they make all the negative thoughts go away. It's a really hard question to answer, but I don't want you to think, oh, I'm never going to get rid of these negative thoughts, and that means your life in the future is going to be a complete struggle all the time. No, sometimes you'll have so much positivity that negative thoughts will barely appear, but they will come, but they won't matter to you. Okay, and how do you make them go away? If you can't fight your mind and keep trying to put positives in your mind, you've got to positivize your environment. You know, I've spoken about this before. I've put it in my new book, 102 Distraction Techniques. Distractions, you've got to learn as many distractions as you can to get rid of the negative thoughts. Obviously, the most important ones are being around people that are positive, doing the things you love, keeping busy, giving yourself goals, small or big ones, and yeah, that's the only way you can make them go away. Making them go away permanently, in my opinion, is impossible. But yeah, read my book, 102 Distraction Techniques. There's plenty of things in there that are gonna help you. But don't be bummed down by the fact that negative thoughts won't go away. Okay, you're human. You know, you got to accept that. But there's so much great and positivity that you can bring into your life, or that you can make happen, and the negative thoughts, you'll forget about them. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I know this video has been a bit longer than I thought, but I wanted to give you thorough answers. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys. I've got a couple of new videos that are going to be uploaded in the next couple of days, so come straight back. Anyway, cheers, guys. All the best. Bye.